Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107.
The grand jury voted and returned a no bill. In conclusion, this case is officially closed.
It ain't fair. Everybody walk out this courtroom. It is not fair. When do it change? When do it change?
She says her son should not have lost his life over a stolen vehicle.
If my child stole a car, you lock him up. You don't shoot him up, man. You don't shoot him up.
Peachy Time.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Tune in on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Come join us on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Join us on Peachy Tea Tyme. Peachy Tea Tyme. Yeah.
In order for y'all to do what God is calling y'all to do, to take y'all platform to where it's a plateau and it can go to levels that you never seen, they'll best believe it's gonna come with devils.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
Damn it, hey. It's your girl, the missus, baby. The missus with the kisses. Mwah. What's goody, baby? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody in your city, baby? Everything over here on my block. Stay your ass away. Don't even come over here. Don't come. I'm just fat. We are just fat over here on our block. Okay? But no, thank y'all so much for joining tonight. I know y'all like you, but you late. But you late. And the new people, you probably like, this supposed to be your first show of the year, and you late. And is. And that's fine too. It ain't fine. It ain't fine. I'm just playing. But so Jason was having some problems. No, I'm not just blaming it on Jason. The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. Jason has some problems. So hopefully Jason will be able to tune in. I don't know. But if not, don't worry about it. Y'all already know how me and Charlotte do, baby. You know we do.
2026. Okay. What's going on? What's going on, good people? 2026.
A new year.
I know.
Charlotte, you have lasted a whole year.
I know, right?
A whole year.
And so blessed for it.
Oh, yeah. And let me tell y'all something about Charlotte. Not only do Charlotte come on here on the show, baby, Charlotte is at every event just as well. Shout out to the events. Shout out to the events. You know, she comes up, she shows out. She springs right into action, just like the rest of the team. And Charlotte, when I tell you, I'm so thankful for you. I really am thankful for you.
It's your commitment to service. It's your commitment to service and to the people and the kids and everything. So it's a great team to be a part of. I have no
Aw.
problem with saying I'm a part of Peachy Tea Tyme.
Yes, and Justice Beyond the Silenced as
Oh
well.
yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we doing big things, y'all. We doing big
Yeah.
things. We got a lot going on this year in 2026, baby. I think we got like 7, 8 events going on this year. So we got a lot going on. And
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
yeah, stay tuned. But I gotta make this announcement before we even start the show, baby. I gotta make this announcement. Hearts in the Sky. We did Hearts in the Sky for the very first time here in Georgia. So shout out to Georgia. And I said
Huge.
that yes, it was a success. You are right. It was a total success. And I said that I wanted to travel with it. So I am so blessed and honored to say, baby, we headed to Michigan. Baby, we
On the
headed-
road again. On the road.
Thought I do my Michigan dance.
Oh,
Not the
okay.
Diddy Bop. Not the Diddy Bop. I'm doing the Michigan dance. But we are headed to Saginaw, Michigan this summer, baby, in July. Do you hear me? And we will be doing Hearts in the Sky. I will be looking for 15 families, baby. 15 families for us to honor and baby, just love our on y'all, baby. Just love our on y'all. Where we turn an empty canvas into a museum. Into a museum where you, the 15 families that I choose, and you can invite your family and friends for a whopping $10.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Especially when you see what all goes down at the Hearts
And
in the
it's
Sky.
it's a great thing because it's a lot of love that goes on in that place. It's a lot of sharing. It's blessings that come about, and it's just great to know that you're not by yourself in this healing process.
Exactly. It's unfortunate that it be so many families. Because it's way more than 15 families, of course. But just when you get the full 15 families together, you don't
Okay.
cry. Some families do cry, don't get it twisted. But it's more of a shock value, I guess, because it's like, damn, all these people going through the same thing I'm going through. Yes, my bird is still here. One bird didn't make it, but one bird is still here. So y'all gonna hear this bird throughout the show. Unfortunately, I do apologize. Ain't nothing I can do. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Okay. But he getting on my nerves too. He getting on my nerves too. But let's go ahead, y'all. Let's get this show started. Okay. I have to say, baby, this woman right here, Charlotte, she's one of us. She's
Okay.
she just like us. She just like us.
Okay.
Strong minded, straightforward, and mess with me if you want to. That's what type of time she on. Okay. So when
By me.
yes, I am so glad to have Miss Holmes here tonight. Y'all gonna hear me call her Miss Holmes. I'm gonna call her Val. I'm gonna call her Pooh. Baby, hey Pooh, friends. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. She talking about call her Pooh too. But when I tell y'all, and y'all is showing up tonight for her, thank y'all so much for tuning in. All the new people, it's the first show for 2026. So all the new people, please subscribe right now to the YouTube page, Facebook pages, Instagram, TikTok, everything Peachy Tea Tyme. Time spelled with a Y. So please make sure that y'all subscribe. This is not something new that we're doing. This has been going on for it'll be 5 years this year, April 30th. It will be 5 years, and we have had so many families on Peachy Tea Tyme to tell their loved one's story. But I tell you, Charlotte, it's something about that first story of the year and that last story of the year. Like, if you ever miss a show, because I showed
Those are not the ones.
clips too. But the first show of the year and the last show of the year is something about them shows, baby. So we are about to introduce y'all to Miss Holmes, the mother of Eric Holmes, baby. We in GA today. We in Georgia tonight. Okay, me and Charlotte didn't have to catch flights.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Not tonight.
We right up the street. We right up the
We
street.
right up the street. Exactly. We right up the street. So let's go ahead and introduce her up right now, baby. The one, the only, the don't play with me, mama. Okay? The don't play with me, mama. That's what I'm calling from here on out. Just like I got Candace, my I'm so Memphis friend, baby. This right here is the don't play with me, mama. So let's give it up, y'all, for Miss Holmes, the mother of Eric Holmes.
Hello, everyone. Hey, everybody. Hope everyone
Hey,
is doing
boo.
okay tonight. How y'all doing?
We are
Welcome, welcome,
wonderful.
welcome.
We are wonderful. First and foremost, I have to say thank you. Thank you so much for trusting me with your son's story. When I reached out to you the very first time, we talked for what? Probably about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Like we got it
Yeah.
in, y'all. We got it in. Just like I do any of the other families that come on, because I have to make sure that I know what we can and what we can't talk about, especially if it's an open case. So I always want to make sure that I know what we can discuss. A lot of things that me and you spoke on, we probably won't even talk about tonight. You know, there was something that
Okay.
we couldn't discuss or that you didn't want to discuss or whatever. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm thankful for you. You was one of those moms that was boots on the ground and still is boots on the ground. So I just have to tell you thank you for that just as well.
Well, I thank you guys too. I thank you, and like you said, I'll discuss what I can. I see I got my buddies in the chat. I looked at that. Ashley and Meg, they in the chat, so
Oh,
they
baby, they
there to
out
make
there for
sure.
you. They
Yeah,
out
we
there.
watch each other back, kind of to make sure it don't go too far. But I'll discuss. My goal tonight is to discuss what I can. A lot of things has been released, but whatever I can give you tonight, some of which you have not heard, that's what I want to do. So I'll try and make sure I stay within legal guidelines as well too. And just go forward. I'm here with y'all, and thank you so much for what you do. Thank y'all.
Oh, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. Now, this story, we don't get too many of these stories. I'm gonna be honest with you. We have had so many families on Peachy Tea Time. And I can truthfully say a lot of the categories where people are murdered, we have covered those categories here on Peachy Tea Time. But when it comes to the police being involved, we've covered it, but we've had many of others. You know, black on black crime. You know, Pookie down the street, then shot Baby down the street. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But when it comes to the police involvement, I can count on my hand how many families have been on the show. And one thing that I can say, we do not discriminate over here. If you did something wrong, you did something wrong. I don't care what title you have or anything like that. We're gonna call it what it is. Okay. So please, 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 let's get started and tell us. We like to take it all the way back, Miss
Okay.
Holmes. We
Let's
take it
go.
all the way back to the beginning,
Let's
baby.
go.
Let's go. So tell us all about Eric when Eric was born. You gotta tell us. That's your
Okay, so
baby.
Eric, he's a Virgo. He was born September the 12th, 2003. He left here at the age of 19 years old. All right. Um, he was a kid, a big kid at heart. His character gonna play out in a minute, right? It's like they get this narrative out of them, and then they say to you, hey, you don't put his character out like that, right? So you got to
Mhm.
be careful because his character is going to play out in a minute. But what I do say is somebody walking outside to a cop after they done stole a car. Ask yourself, what type of kid is that? So label them as a criminal. Do what you want to do. Like I would say, if my child stole a car, then you lock him up. you don't shoot him up. Okay. Especially if he wasn't trying to do anything to you. Eric was a father. He was a custodial father. Um, I just didn't want nobody tagging my baby along. Not even, when it came down to females. I tried to put my hand in it as much as I can. And that's why it's hard for me now to all of a sudden stop. You tell me to take care of this child, do this, get in this, make sure this or that. You can't stop everything. But then you tell me stop. And then you try and limit what I say. And I'm forced with a narrative that you came out here and gave to the public. So in this, it just describing Eric, I'll say that he was 19 years old when he left here. He was a good soul. He was a kid. He was lovable. That was my child. You get what I'm saying? I try and show you as many pictures as I can to explain this little boy that will put on a suit. They got him with whatever they want to say, but when you're explaining their narratives and you're showing them this and you showing this father carrying his child inside the house in his uniform, and you showing this little boy the picture you're showing now in military school. Okay, if stuff don't work out in regular school, you put them in military school. You try to do whatever you can do. I try to play their game almost by the book to the best of my knowledge. And to watch and see what they did and how they are, I ask myself and I ask everyone else, ask yourself, how does a cop get 7 charges and walk free? How does it change from 7 charges, y'all? That's what I'm begging you guys to almost pleading or not begging, because like I say, truth will show itself. But that's what I'm trying to say about my child in this situation. How do you get 7 charges and walk free?
Exactly. And that's what we're gonna discuss tonight. Not only his character and the things about Eric, but we also gonna really, really pour into what happened with this whole situation with Officer Justin. I gotta say it, because this is a podcast, so I have to say it. Everything on here is allegedly, but one thing I always say is the family knows, and I do my research. Okay,
And
but
I've always told them,
everything we
Lady
have to
Peachy,
say is allegedly.
and not to cut you off, I'd always
Mhm.
told them, and that's why I say, and those that know me and been following, when I said, whether you listen or not, it end up coming too. If I've said anything wrong, you stop me. And we 3 years later, and you can't stop me. Because the
Amen.
truth is the truth. And I didn't ask to be over here. I didn't ask to have to even meet Miss Peachy and, see the different things that in the struggles of the families that she even deal with. I didn't ask for that. You placed me over here. You got me walking these streets with signs. You got me out here saying, hey, justice for Eric Holmes, justice for all stolen lives. And I won't stop.
Amen. And I pray that you don't stop, even though I already know you ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? Me and you had that conversation, and I'm telling y'all now, she ain't gonna stop. She ain't gonna stop, and she shouldn't stop. Just like I tell every family that come on here, don't stop. Keep it going. I don't care who call and ask you to come on their platform. I don't care how many times you got to be out in that street with the bullhorn. I don't care how many times you got to be out there with a sign. Be out there for your child. Be out there. And we going to do our part over here on Peachy Tea Tyme too. Okay? That's what we going to do. So, how was Eric in school? Let's jump to middle school. How was middle school with Eric?
You know what? I wish I would have known you were gonna ask me that question, because I got some of his papers, but some of it I saved for court, right? Because they want to know that too, character and stuff, right? So a lot of stuff I gotta save for court. But I seen his report cards. I lost a lot of things when I left out my house or whatever, but a lot of stuff I kept. So I got my baby report cards. I can't wait to release it. I got the reports from school. I can't wait to release it. I got what he dreamed of, and I can't wait to release it. Now, I'm not telling you my
Amen.
child was perfect. I would never say
Amen.
that. I would never say that, but I just can't wait to release some of these things that I have to unfortunately prove to these people. So I can't prove it to y'all first before I prove it to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
In
Yep.
certain
And
cases. But one day I will be able to release it. But Eric was still, he was a kid. I don't he was a kid. You know, he's always been his lovable self. He's always won't hurt nobody. You get what I'm saying? Ain't gonna hurt nobody, loved everybody, took care of elders. Like that boy, a lot of people really miss him. Even older people, like I tell him, pull the bad report. If it's a bad report on what he did to somebody, pull it. And we all know that if you guys got something bad to use against somebody, that's the first thing you do. That's the first thing you do. So if I can ask anything, pull the report, pull the background, pull the toxicologist, pull whatever report that you normally come out here and blast with, pull it. Pull it.
exactly.
Tell it. Because that's what you guys normally do. So somebody told me something, and it was somebody important. And I say to them that I'm still out here. I even tagged them in something, you know, just to show them that I'm talking, because I'm letting them know I won't stop, right? But somebody told me something. They say, don't you ever explain his character. Don't you ever. This was somebody important, right? Don't you ever explain his character. And I found myself out here doing it. His character explained itself. A kid walked to the police if you said he was wrong. You get what I'm saying? Out here having a conversation, not running from you out no building if you said he was wrong, allegedly, right?
Exactly.
I mean, a million things I would want to say. But to play against their system, a million things I can't say, but I can ask you. So if he's horrible and he's been out here doing wrong to people and all of this, say it like you say for the rest.
Exactly.
Give a narrative. Till then, that's my son, and I won't stop.
All right. Now, did Eric have other siblings?
He do. He have a brother. And I told my son something the other day that I realized, which, you know, it happens sometimes. I say, he was telling his nephew how he say, oh, you my favorite nephew. He said, you my favorite nephew. I said, boy, that's your only nephew. And the only nephew you will ever have. Because Eric gone now.
Yeah.
That was his only sibling. You know, and I probably could have had more kids in life, but, you know, I had them and thought I was almost there. You get what I'm saying with them? And, you know what I mean? But it's okay. If they wanted to be okay, it's okay. But yeah, Eric has another sibling. And, you know, it's also hard in life when you have that other child and you done been there before. And the sad thing is you wasn't there to the streets. You was there to somebody that was actually supposed to protect life. And my babies, they're almost twins. So it's like I look at Eric every day, just through his brother. And I know it's hard for him because you want to talk about emotions. Imagine telling somebody, these younger kids, they different. Imagine showing someone, not just telling them, but imagine showing someone that, hey, I can kill your brother and get away, or attempt to. Your mama gonna have to fight like hell to get me. And you're telling that person to still move on. You know, so they kill the siblings too. Literally mentally. They take us out like in squads, especially when you're waiting for justice, because it's almost like, move on. But how can I move on and you ain't even gave me closure? How can I move on when I'm trying to fight to save another one, because I know what you do. Matter of fact, I know your lies. I watched you guys give me everything right here in my face. I even heard, don't explain his character. And I watched you come away and try to erase all that. And I fight like hell. I fight like hell to say what I can. I don't go on everybody's podcast because I know everything ain't the truth. But I don't just speak to anybody. But when I speak, I'm trying to say, hey, like I'm really trying to scream to them. That's my biggest fight, is trying to scream out like, look, It's almost like they got their foot on my neck or trying to have their foot on my neck, and I'm trying to say what I can while they just destroy my baby character out here.
Exactly. Well, we are about to get into the first clip of the night. I told Pooh today, I said, the two hardest parts about the show is waiting to come up when we introduce the family up. I said, and the second part is the tribute video. But I never tell anybody, nobody, even Charlotte don't know this. The hardest part of the show for me is playing these clips when the family is literally right here on the show. But I feel like these clips are so important. It's so important for you all, the viewers that's watching, for y'all to see. And then at the same time, it's also important for the viewers to see the family's reaction with them on camera. Some families don't even watch it. They just go on there, do their press conference, and they go. And they never go back and watch it again. So I really, really, really am big on everyone seeing the family reaction to everything. We had a family that came on where the mom was literally in the middle of a news broadcasting clip. She was talking to the news on the news in Detroit. And they found her baby, her son. He was grown, but they found her son in the garage, murdered in the vacant house, vacant garage, in the middle of her talking to the news. And they all just took off running. And when I tell y'all, so many people was like, oh my gosh, why did the news keep recording? Why did the news keep recording? The mama said it. I'm glad that they kept recording. Y'all needed to see what happened right when it happened. And that's why I'm so big on playing clips when the families come on. Because y'all need to see how they really feel. All right? So we finna go into this first clip. Miss Pooh. We finna go. And we finna get started. Here we go. Clip one, y'all. Clip one.
Shot this morning by Clayton County police officer. Now, the GBI was on the scene for hours in investigating this chain of events that led to the officer firing multiple shots into the teenager's vehicle. And tonight, 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn is live in Clayton County. So, Cody, do we know a lot more about this 19-year-old who was shot by this officer?
Ron, the GBI identifying that suspect tonight as Eric Holmes. He's from Stone Mountain, so it leaves the question, what was he doing here in this industrial park this morning? Now, what I can tell you is he crashed right here behind me in this tree line after being shot. The other bizarre thing here is the stolen vehicle he was in was reportedly stolen out of Rome, which was about 90 miles from here. So again, a lot of unanswered questions in this situation. Commerce Road was shut down for nearly 7 hours Monday. Crime scene tape stretched across this parking lot where Clayton police say an officer tracked down a stolen car.
During that investigation, our officer learned that the vehicle may also contain weapons.
The officer got out with the car around 11:30 a.m.
The vehicle was parked and unoccupied, and the suspect walked up to the officer.
That suspect was 19-year-old Eric Holmes. The GBI says Holmes didn't say he was driving the stolen vehicle, but at some point walked away from the officer, got into the car, the officer yelling at Holmes to stop.
During that confrontation, an altercation took place that caused our officer to fatally shoot that suspect.
The GBI says the officer fired multiple shots into the car. Holmes pulled out of the parking lot.
He drove a short distance away from the business parking lot and careened into that ditch where you see the vehicle position now.
Holmes was rushed to the hospital. Neither the GBI nor police have said how many times he was hit. Clayton County Police Chief Kevin Roberts confirmed Holmes did not pull a gun on the officer. The chief did not elaborate on why his officer opened fire. The GBI confirmed 2 handguns were found inside the car. Around 7 o'clock Monday night, the car was pulled out of the ditch and taken back to GBI headquarters since it's now part of the evidence in this deadly shooting. Now, we can also tell you we've reached out to Clayton County Police to see if this officer was wearing a body camera. Obviously, that will give us a much clearer picture of those final few seconds before the officer opened fire. This was the 105th officer-involved shooting the GBI has responded to. And as you mentioned at the top of this newscast, they're now on their 106th officer-involved shooting since the first.
We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. All right. Now, hold on. Before you say so, hold on. Hold on. Let me make this very clear. Now, everybody that watches Peachy Tea Tyme on a regular basis, we all know the news is not always 100% right, baby. That's why we have Peachy Tea Tyme, where we get the families to come on and tell their loved one's story. Because the police and the doggone news don't always tell it 100% right. So it's your time. It's your time. So let us know what happened from your aspect. What happened?
First of all, I need that news clip. I need that news clip.
I'll send it to you.
I caught a couple points, that I have to. I think they need to understand we're still, you get what I'm saying? Parents and a lot in those things, and I'm getting strong on because I have to. You have to see that. You need to see those moments because those are your ammunitions in some things, right? So you gotta get stronger. You gotta pull through it, and you gotta say, I'm not gonna react. But imagine somebody pulling a car at your baby done caught hits in, and okay, out of all you said, he had an altercation with police. They released the tape. Do you see an altercation? Do you see an altercation in the police report? They said guns, right? Did they come back and tell you anything about the guns or anything like that?
No. And we do have the body cam footage too that we gonna show. At least
okay.
Showed us.
And I'm gonna make it through that tonight. I'm telling you, I'm so thankful for the team that Gus rounded me with this because they were beeping and like sending stuff, trying to interrupt certain parts right where I needed. Man, I thank y'all. Y'all don't know how to do this chat thing. I can tell y'all, love y'all will, but I do. I'm gonna get through that. But come on, and then okay. So if you guys say all this, right? Why was it 7 charges on an officer?
Exactly.
What was his background? You done released some. You get what I'm saying? Including the fact that he lied to the GBI and said that Eric never drew a weapon. He never seen them. That was out there. So you mean to tell me that whole video you just showed was a lie? And many others, right? But we got to live through that. And we still have to distinguish. You have to set down the flesh in you that says, hey, I'm a mama. That's my baby. He's still my baby. And you wouldn't understand what we go through. I got a kid right now sitting in the impound, costing money all because I'm like, my son died over a Kia during the same time that people was doing Kia scams. Died over a Kia that he walked outside and almost took ownership to based on what y'all said. Did the police not police the situation? You shot my baby and then retracted that he didn't try to draw a gun on you, so you shot him. You went in front of the car, went in no threat of getting hit. Well, you not based on what you guys released to the people on body camera. You went in front of no car. He came outside to you. So did he have an intent to run? Because he came outside to you. He was at a warehouse building. You didn't know who was in that car.
At
Him
work.
being at work. And it was many boys standing outside. But old big gullible Eric, it's the police. They just mama done trained me for the police. That one little juvenile thing you got on the way his mama had. That's why I said, like, bring it out.
And it
Bring
took
it.
y'all time to get the body cam footage. Because I
Actually, it
did
really
see some
did.
clips.
It really didn't. You know what? It worked for us. You know why it didn't take us that much time? Because 7 charges and all that was already coming. Look how quick we got the footage. Very quick. It's some people that I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for the system. So that same DA that, whatever, I don't have no problems with some of them I won't speak on, because they named up on a certain situations, right? I get it. I understand. Um, but that same DA, I don't, I thank you because you guys gave me knowledge that I never would have had. And to see a system actually turn, it hurts me to watch a car my baby drove and came outside to get pulled outside of a ditch. That just hurted me to my heart. Like it broke it again. I felt it. I did, right? But you still don't win because you gave me truth. You showed me who you guys were. And I'm standing here right now. In my room, could be any other thing doing, but I'm standing here right now telling you I don't stop.
Amen.
You don't, if you want to talk all that, let's talk facts. Let's talk facts. And when the truth come out and all that laid out, then what? I already done told you as a mother, if you say my child stole 20 cars, I'm gonna tell you lock them up, don't shoot them up. I ain't never sat
Yep.
up here and tried to put my child on a pedestal. But one thing you ain't gonna do is sit here and lie on him and try and diminish his character. Not when he ain't sitting down up himself. If he had a record or something where you can come and you can say something, and guess what? Even if he had a record, you still not allowed to shoot these people up. You just shooting people, and y'all allow them to do it. And then us as parents, we sit here pleading to the world, hoping somebody will hear it and say, "Hey, get up, man." It's more than about Eric. It's about all of us. Get up. I walked outside for it, and I can't stop. Yeah, I don't just do it for him. I do it for us. Eric, you heard what the man said. You heard what Cody said. I love Cody from Channel 11. He one of the truest uh, media people we got down here. If you ask me, my opinion, I love Cody. He's so natural with his stories, right? But they have to report what they got to report. I get it. This, yeah. That's it for me. But I'm still here. We could just go on to the
No,
next
I
one
get
though.
it.
But
I
yeah.
get it. I get it. Um, and we still got 3 other clips to play just as
Okay.
well. But I'm sure one of the things that we all want to know is if you can tell us what was you told? Because like you said, and like we all know, and I've been telling y'all this before who came on the show. We can't trust everything that the doggone news say. We already know we can't trust what the police say. We already know it. Even when they got body cam footage, they will still try to trick us. We know what we see, but they still will try to play us like we crazy and tell us, "No, you see this. This ain't what you see. You see this over here. What I'm telling you."
I
But
was
what
told.
was you told that happened?
I was told what y'all was told. But I was told what y'all was told to foremost media wise, right?
Hmm.
But inside rooms, I was told we allowed 7 charges to be showed.
Okay.
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 I'll say that. So I was told what the media tell the people. The same thing I'm out here trying to fight now and show, right? But in the rooms, I was showed
something different.
what was showed but not showed. I want to know, where is the media? And that's my thing with media narratives. Why y'all didn't show people the 7 charges?
Mm.
Why y'all didn't show the officers, how would you call it? The officers' open records request that many have requested. Why y'all didn't show that? Why y'all didn't show his offenses?
And they didn't show that.
Yeah.
That was not out there.
Not out there.
Mm-mm.
Because they got to give you a story scene like to fit their narrative. And their narrative was he was 19 years old, had an altercation with an officer, and drew a weapon. That was their narrative. Their narrative ain't been corrected yet. But the paper show, the court document shows that statement was retracted by the officer when the GBI showed him the body camera, and he admitted that he never seen Eric reach for a weapon.
Wow. Now, the video that I was able to find, it was attached to a news broadcasting clip. So all you saw was just basically him walking up to the car. Did you see a full video?
So let me tell you, I haven't watched the video to this day. Like I said, that's me watching that. How good I did. I did pretty good. It irked some at me, right? But it's okay. But I refuse. I'm just gonna say this, and she caught me off guard even inside that room, you know. But I'm gonna say this the best way I can, and it's honestly, you know, it's honest. I won't do this just not to do this, but until my son gets justice, the way his mother sees that justice shall be served, I would never watch that man take my baby life if I can't take nobody's. And
well, with that being said, we finna go to clip number 2. Okay, then we finna go to clip number 2. Here we go.
And I have to kill him.
Right.
I just want to know
why
he killed my baby.
Tonight, a mother's fight for justice continues. Eric Holmes was shot and killed outside his job by a Clayton County police officer. This happening just 4 days before Thanksgiving.
Today, his mother met with the director of the GBI outside their headquarters in Atlanta. The agency has been investigating the deadly shooting. 11 Alive's Cody Alcord has been following this story. He's live outside the GBI headquarters tonight. And Cody, did anything come of this meeting?
Jennifer, the director, told her they all want the same thing, the truth to come out. He offered to set up a meeting next week with the district attorney and the Clayton County police chief so they could all watch the body camera footage from the officer who killed her son.
Why did you shoot him?
And in it back?
A question Vakelvion Holmes wants the Clayton County police officer who killed her son to answer under oath.
But I want him charged.
The GBI is investigating the shooting. Eric Holmes was killed outside his job along Commerce Road in Morrow on November 21st. At some point during a conversation between Holmes and the officer, Eric got into a car. At least one shot was fired, and he crashed into a ditch.
He went to work and he never came home.
It's something Vakelvion can't accept. In fact, I first met her on December 7th, the day before her son's funeral.
All I wanted was for someone to know who my child was.
We learned Eric left behind a son, a child who will never get to know his dad. This young man also left behind 3 generations of women who thought the world of him.
You know, I wouldn't have thought, because I'm 85 years old, and golly. But he took care of Granny. That was the love of my life, and I won't forget it.
I miss him so much. They're my TV buddy. And I miss him.
It was 12 days after my interview with Vakelvion, the officer who killed her son was allowed to resign before being terminated according to his post file, which is why Vakelvion showed up at the GBI Thursday.
Apply a little pressure to them so that they can release the body camera.
She told the director she wants the officer's body cam video released.
I have no issues with you seeing the video.
One step closer to what this family is fighting for.
We're going to get justice for it.
That meeting is expected to happen next Friday. I did reach out to the Clayton County District Attorney, but she did not get back with me. Now, there are a couple of things that will play out here. One of these will happen. Either the district attorney will not pursue charges, she'll make the decision on her own to file charges, or she'll take this to a grand jury.
Baby, when I tell you your family seems just like my family, and probably Charlotte family too. Especially when was that auntie that
That was
said
my
that was my
grandmama, and
TV buddy.
that was my grandmama and my mom.
That was
Yep.
your grandma and your mom.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they are
Yeah.
so beautiful. She said that was my TV buddy. That was my TV buddy.
Yeah. He was
That's
everybody.
it.
He
That's
was
what I like about it.
He was their TV buddy. And my grandma say he took care of grandma when I, seen it, and he did. And she 88 now, 88 years old now, because it's 3 years later. But you'll catch her sometimes she down there. Eric, like,
Oh.
even her friends, he went and took out their trash, He was one, Eric gonna go take the curb to the street, So trash on Monday, he over there gotta go get me Lola, trash to the curb for, Monday on Sunday night. So and
Before
but
you
it's
go
it
any
yeah.
further, hold on. Before you go any further, I got a round of applause for you because he wouldn't be doing all that if it wasn't for Mama. That means you raised him right.
That was
Okay.
my mini-me by heart. He had a heart. Sometimes I wish he would have been. They want to talk about him in cars, and like I said, if he stole a car, if he stole 20, sometimes I wish he would have been a little tougher. Cause I even think, even if he would have been a little tougher, to well, if you did steal that car, if they say you stole that car allegedly, maybe if you would have been a little tougher and ran, or just took off then, or maybe if you would have, if it was a gun in the car, maybe if you would have, sometimes I think, reach for him, if he would have just been, but he was so naive, almost, so still kid, like, that's why you used to always say, Eric, don't get in no trouble, because you get what I'm saying, you turn yourself in, I
So out of the people who were there, because you said there were other people that were standing outside, nobody could kind of explain, like, if he had said something, even at work, well, let me go out here and figure out what's going on. What made him go out of the building in the first place to be able to talk to the policeman? No one, he didn't say anything to anyone.
Well, I guess he was questioning about the car that the officer was at. Because if the officer was out there for a car, you get what I'm saying? The car. And
Uh-huh.
another question I want to know, and it may end up coming out in the long run. I was it a tow truck there on the scene to pick up the car? Allegedly, was a tow truck there picking up that car right before my baby got shot? Was the car about to be gone? Because you had already been outside or something before he came to talk to you?
So they had been sitting out there a while, because the tow trucks don't just show up all of a sudden. It takes them a long time to get there.
Exactly. So do you know if they went inside? The officers went inside and asked for him to come out.
Eric, you see, Eric, based on allegedly, he walking outside, right? He identified himself to the officer. That wasn't you saying, right? That what everybody saying.
And
He walked up to the officer. So he
and
walked
when
up
you
to the
say
officer from the warehouse building, where all the boys were standing outside, including some of the witnesses that were witnesses out there that were standing outside, because some of them was on lunch break. So he decides to walk out his job building, and then his boss walk up on camera. Or is that the part they didn't? Because they showed one out. Then his boss come outside and tell him that he can come back in. And the officer
Mm.
said, that's okay, we just talking. Because they were
Mm.
released. And by the time she got back in the building, then when the shots came, right?
so he didn't go out identifying and saying that's my car. So I guess he didn't go out. He was just going out to question the man, like, why you out here? Pretty much. Why is the
Um,
policeman out here?
yeah, I'm guessing so based on what was released. Why you were out here or whatever. Like I said, I can't watch the full video, but based on
So
that and the
they just
reports,
the
that's what
media
it's
jumped to
saying.
the conclusion that that was his car and he was involved in how it had gotten there.
Sometimes they have to feed you stuff the best way they can, and they say
Yep.
bits of this, and some part of it is almost the truth, and then some part of it you like, okay, so is the car stolen or is the car not stolen? Because he
Okay.
don't, yeah, he don't have a stolen car charge, so you're not saying young man charged with a stolen car, but then you're saying he was in a stolen car, but then you're charging the officer 7 charges. So I'm about like the people at this point kind of confused to that part.
Exactly. So
Okay.
basically, from what I'm getting, Pooh don't know exactly facts for facts what happened, but what Pooh do know is
If
what
there
we
was
know,
a lot of left out,
which
and
is
there was a
what the
lot of
news
stuff
said.
left out. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff left out
Yeah. And yeah.
intentionally.
And that's what I know. And what I know is what I can't say, right? Because what I know is what I can't say. But when you on the other side and you sitting in the rooms with them, right? They could say whatever, but they say what they say, right? But they could say whatever. Just say, anybody can get whatever. I know that it was 7 charges given. I know that victims, families, and you guys know that too, are talked to before, yeah, we're going to put this charge out. We're going to do this. We're going to do that, right? I know
And
that.
so, and your son was a victim. They were saying at that point that he was a victim.
Hmm. And based
Man.
on the GBI reports that they got, my son never reached for a gun, but he was shot in his back for a car that it hasn't been, I mean, he was shot. You get what I'm saying? And then my whole thing is why, and this part was released because it's the officer reports, right? He failed his firearm training. He wasn't even supposed to have a gun. Let's go
And
there.
if he stole the car, but he got in it and was driving away, he had to have a key of some sort, correct? Because you got to at least
Yep.
hot wire the car again if it was off. It had been sitting there.
And you gotta ask yourself,
Exactly.
if you driving away, now we know certain things, right? Do you drive away or do you get shot away? you know? Like, do you, because that should be a question for us in a lot of these cases and a lot of things that's going on. Not Eric case in specific, but are they driving away or are they taking death shots that are literally throwing them away?
Exactly. Because they never said, and I watched a lot of clips, but I can only bring a certain amount of clips to y'all because we don't have as many clips that was on this story. We'll be probably on here for days. Okay. But one of the things that I remember is that they said the guns was in the car, but they never said that he was pointing a gun at anyone. They never said he
Outside in the
picked up a
police
gun.
report. Outside in the police report, they said he reached for a gun, and outside on the media where he reached for a gun, and I guess that's why the grand jury didn't indict, right? Because he reached for a gun. Why wouldn't the grand jury, which
But
why
how can
wouldn't the
you reach
grand
for? How
jury?
would someone know if you shoot me in my back? How would you know that I'm reaching for something?
Exactly. And the clips that I showed, like I said, it's so many clips out there. But the clips that I found, they didn't say that he actually reached. They just said, "Oh, we found 2 guns in the car." That's it. And I'm sitting up there waiting, like, so what did he do with the 2 guns?
The officer had 7
You
murder
pull me
charges.
over, you gonna find one of them in my car. That don't mean I pointed it at him,
and
and he
it's
has the right to
yeah.
kill me. But you gonna see that there's one in my ride.
I'm gonna say this: Clayton County has over 100 some missing guns, known, documented, right? 100 and some missing guns. Typically, when guns come out or when they find reports of guns, they bring you back information on the gun, right? We know in a lot of cases that that information is not seen to the public. It may be part of files and stuff like that. So typically, people already know where guns come from. Okay, so let's just say this: If how if he reached for a gun, how did the officer get a charge for being a terrorist? And why did the officer say that he did not reach for a gun and it still didn't get to the grand jury?
So the officer was charged with terroristic threats or
He was charged with being
terroristic.
a terrorist for the way he gunned my son down. He was charged with felony murder. He was charged with aggravated assault. He was charged with felony violation of oath. 7 charges in total. They're out there. Just gave you a few.
And the GBI charged him with this.
No, the DA, the district attorney did.
Attorney.
The one that made
Okay.
that video.
Mhm.
So when I'll be careful with this one, because this one ain't mine. So the one that made that video, you guys are aware with Victor and stuff like that, right? And then I'm not gonna get into this, but during my fight for Eric, something came out, and it's something big. You guys can research it. I'm not gonna go far with it. I told him I done had that before, and you get what I'm saying. Right now, I'm focused on my baby. I'll let y'all deal with it, right? Because we're here now. Something came out called the Rainbow House. Been out years ago. You
Yeah.
look up the Rainbow House, and you looked
I
at
know.
who was just charged or who was just named in a lawsuit that right now the lawyer put it on. It's on hold, basically, right? Alleged on hold. But look at who was named in that lawsuit. Well, that incident ended up coming up while I was fighting for Eric. So if you look at the Rainbow House in Clayton County, that incident ended up coming up while I was fighting for Eric. One of the political people brought it out there. I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about it. But when that incident came up, I was told to shut my mouth. I will say that because it ain't got nothing to do with my case. If you want to bring it, y'all don't want to go there. First person I already done got what they got, right? So, and that's justice for Eric too, if y'all want to do it like that. But I didn't know about that. That had nothing to do with me. That had nothing to do with somebody gunning my child down. So that's why I say over here with this system, I know it a little bit different. We know it a little bit different. And me with my situation, will I say one of those ones they came out 7 charges? Everything is wrong, right? Until this big thing that Victor on his page talking about. I ain't know nothing about Victor and no politician coming out here. Victor was in jail. I knew nothing about that. But when that got leaked, that's when that case allegedly seemed to me went nowhere. Or she thought it wasn't. But didn't know I was gonna do what I was gonna do. And I was gonna fight on that. And I was gonna fight on that too, since you had me on it. If you was gonna blame my baby for it, I don't want to fight
Okay.
on it no more. Like it's people over there to do it, but yeah, that's a whole nother situation. And they know what it is. And that's why we where we at. So if I can answer any question and say how we where we at, how I turned that quick, that's how I turned that quick if you ask me.
It say the DA, and this is just some of the comments in the chat. Hey, say their names, monuments.
I
The
can't
DA,
comment to it. Thank you. I don't know how. Okay.
yeah, the DA dropped 7 charges against Officer Stevens, including murder, aggravated assault, reckless conduct, involuntary manslaughter, terroristic threats, and more, just to name a few.
Hmm.
Wow.
So that show you that went way deeper than me. It's you can't rewrite that story. And that's what I'm trying to stream to people that I can't really stream. And that's why I watch really where I go. I don't watch where I go because I'm me, like I'm
Yeah.
like, you took my kid, like justice to me is real big. It means something. I watched the games. I seen the dirt. I had it right there in my hand. And I didn't know that it would get this done. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I would have to be the one that sit over here and actually play on y'all side while I see y'all being corrupt. I never knew that. And if Eric walked outside for that, guess what? I'm gonna take that. But And the point of me taking that, and the point of me having to watch my baby get pulled up out of ditches when he done walked to you, not ran from you. Hell, if he was guilty, give him a chance just for walking to you. Say you the world's dumbest criminal, and I'm just gonna lock you up just for walking to me. You lock him up for walking to you, knowing he done stole a damn car. If he stole a car, lock him up for just being a kid. Call me. You could have
Exactly.
went in the job and got his name. He came out his workplace. You could have went and said, "Who is this little boy that just pulled off in this car?" That came outside and talked to me. His boss had just left. It's so many things that you guys could have done that you didn't do. And I realized that the only reason that you didn't do it because it was so many before him that you didn't do it for either. And y'all get out here and y'all want to play these games, and then you want to sit us over here. You want to say, be quiet. And we still got stuff that we're turning our heads to because we can't see. If I see some of this stuff that's out here, knowing what I know, I got a roar in me. I was explaining something on your page that, like, some stuff can make you cry for your soul. And my son is one of those things that is solely making me cry for my soul. I got a roar in me almost like a lion when it comes down to my baby. Like, it's a passion inside. It's something inside of me that's saying, hey, y'all got to do this. You're gonna do this. I won't stop. I won't quit. I seen it. Y'all folks in my face. And then you did it in front of the world and they can't even see it. They like, well, what the hell she talking for? Do y'all see it? I'm trying to stream to you without screaming to you or without, as they said, messing up a case. Because I can't afford for them just to shut them out all the way. You ain't going to do it. It ain't going to happen.
Exactly. Wow. Well, we are about to go into our last clip. This clip right here, you guys, is when we all found out that he wasn't gonna get charged. They basically dropped the charges. Like it was nothing. Which didn't do nothing but infuriate her even more, and family and friends. And people that ain't even family and friends. Like, what? How do you get 7 charges?
And
And
all
you just
7 were
dropped them
dropped.
off? Here we go.
Charges against the former officer behind a 19-year-old's death. Last November, that Clayton County officer shot and killed Eric Holmes. He was in a stolen car and did not stop when officers ordered him to. Fox 5's Alex Whitler is at the live desk to explain. Alex?
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Christine. In March, Eric Holmes' mother first told me she wanted to see an officer indicted for her son's death. Today, Clayton County's district attorney said that just won't happen, and the case is now closed. Last November, police say there was an interaction between Officer Justin Stevens and the teen before he got into a car and drove off. The GBI says Officer Justin Stevens then shot into the car and chased after Holmes. The officer found the car with Holmes wounded in a ditch less than a mile down the road. That's when he fired at Holmes, ultimately killing him. Authorities say Officer Stevens was allowed to resign in December instead of being terminated. Holmes' mother says he did not deserve to die.
We have to ask ourselves, when do officers start being held accountable? Mistakes are mistakes. That's what this system is for. If my son was wrong, he should have been charged for a stolen vehicle. He should have had his day inside of court. That's all that I ask for.
Today, authorities showed body camera video of the encounter. The district attorney said Stevens claimed he saw a multicolored weapon in the car before he opened fire. The DA also says there were 2 firearms found in that car. Today, District Attorney Tasha Mosley told reporters that because of the follow-up investigation, only uncovered no new or conflicting evidence regarding Officer.
I think we lost Peach. So, Mom, first and foremost, let me start with telling you that your strength Your strength, and you're doing a wonderful job, and your
Thank you.
commitment to your child, it just speaks volumes about who it is that you are. From my first encounter with you, I love your passion. I love how you are determined to make sure that we know the story of your child. And I know I heard you say earlier even about your other child, and knowing that his brother, hearing these things, but he also sees you. He also sees you fighting. He also sees you knowing what the extent that you would go to for your brother, for his brother, as well as for him. So, kudos to you, Mom. That just speaks volumes about who you are as a person. And then, it just it rings true for everybody else. It tells a story for every other parent out here, all these other parents in Georgia who necessarily don't have all of the complete story. We get these narratives, and especially I work with juveniles on a regular basis. I'm at the alternative school. So, and I know that a lot of times, we depict kids as these YNs and everything else, and they can very well be, but there are some things to them, there are some good things about them, and the news and other people, I don't know why, we just villainize our children, especially because, as I tell my kids all the time, you can't tell me that other races don't do the same thing. You can't tell me that even between the Hispanics, and this car culture is a whole different breed, and they do just the same things, but they're not villainized like we are. They're not shot on a regular basis like we are. It's shoot now and ask questions later for us, but for them, they get to make it home or be bailed out, from jail for stealing a car or whatever the case may be. So again, Mom, don't stop the fight.
I won't. Thank you all so much, and I really appreciate y'all for everything y'all doing for the platform, and letting people get their stories out. Like, so don't y'all stop either. I thank y'all.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are about to get into our oh yeah, that was the last clip. That was the last clip for tonight. We still got our tribute video. That we got to play for tonight. Excuse me. Ooh, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's why we laugh. You just never know what's gonna happen when you laugh. But we are about to get into our commercial break. When we come back from our commercial break, baby, we got our tribute video. Every family that comes on to Peachy Tea Tyme, I create a tribute video for them. It's for them to keep. Ashley, you was the last family that came on for Peachy Tea Tyme for 2025. I think I forgot to send you your video. Please text me. Yeah. No, not that Ashley.
Okay, Sister
Not
Kate.
that Ashley. It's a different Ashley.
We know we twins.
But no, it was a different Ashley. You're talking about Ashley McKenzie. But no, it was a different Ashley that came on at the end of the show. I mean, at the end of the year. And I think I forgot to send her tribute video. But Ashley, let me know so I can send it to you. Because I see you out there. She out there. She commented and everything. She said she's praying for your family. All that. Yes.
Thank you.
So we are about to go into the commercial break. After the commercial break, we will be playing the tribute video. And then at that time, we have came to the end of the show. But before we end the show, I got to tell you, Ms. Holmes, that I have a question. Because I always let my guests end the show. Okay. So I have a question. All you got to do is answer it. That's it. Not nothing, on that aspect. But it's a question. You gotta answer it, and you will end the show with that, and then you're gonna put your little church finger up. And that's when I know that it's time to end the show. Okay. So let's go into our commercial break. If there's anything that you need to do at this time, go ahead and do it. When we come back, I'm gonna say my little spiel for this tribute video. It's gonna make some folks mad, and it's gonna make some folks say, I know that's motherfucker Right. I know that's right, girl. Yeah, it's gonna be all type of emotions of what I have to say. All right. So let's get into this tribute. Not the tribute. Let's get into this commercial break. And then we'll be right back with this tribute video, baby. Here we go. Hey y'all, it's your girl The Missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Or you can call me Miss Peachy. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight on Peachy News Edition. One of my favorite editions because we have the families that come on. So if you are a special guest family on tonight, thank you so much for joining us. And most importantly, thank you for trusting me with your loved one's story. We also got my co-host Jason. What's up, Jason? And we also have our counselor lady, Miss Charlotte. Hey, boo. Thank y'all so much again for joining us each and every Wednesday where we turn our platform into the family's platform. So make sure y'all tune in 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Roku TV live. Also live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. I love you guys, but we gotta get back to the show. Oh yeah, we're going back. I gotta do that commercial one more again. Okay, I gotta redo the commercial. Cause for 2026, unless God see fit. Unfortunately, we are not any longer on Roku TV. I know that sucks. That sucks. But we are still on two YouTube two YouTube pages, two Facebook pages, Twitch, and also Instagram. Okay, so we still getting it out there. We still pushing our stories out there. All right, Ashley. She said yes. Please send me the tribute video. I'm so sorry, Ashley. I will send it to you tonight. I promise I got you. So be watching your emails or expect a phone call from me or a text message. Send me your text message. I mean your email address, and I'll make sure I send it to you tonight. All right. Now that we got that out the way, it's time for the tribute video. Usually, when we play our tribute videos, I could talk shit because the show is explicit language too. But I could talk shit to the people out there that's black, when it's black on black crime, and I can talk to the other black folk and just really go in and talk about the pillow talking that y'all do, all that stuff. And then I tell y'all, somebody gonna watch this video that y'all done pillow talk to, and then they gonna be so sad. And before you know it, they're gonna make their way down to the police station. They gonna tell on you. But this is different. This is different. Justin, let me say this to you, Justin. Officer Justin, ex-officer Justin, whatever you is right now. Let me say this to you. I would say, think differently. Think about how your life could be so much better if you turned yourself in, how your family would be so much better. And you may be able to go in there, do some time, because you know how they do, y'all. Do some time, then you get back out and you be able to come to your family, friends, your community, and start all over again. I'm not gonna say that. What I am gonna say to Officer Justin Stevens is this. When you start wondering why your leg fell off, why you losing limbs, why all your teeth falling out, why you can only see out of one eye, why you can barely walk, why something just ain't working right, don't think of Eric. When your life just start falling apart, wife, if you're married, she walk out on your ass. Your kids decide, I don't want to talk to you no more, daddy. You ain't shit. When all your friends, when your people start tripping on you, which they ain't really tripping. They just starting to see the real you. Just remember one thing. One person, a human being, a 19-year-old, somebody's child. Remember Eric Holmes? That's all I got to say. Well, I think I summed that up very good. I really do. Now we're gonna go into Eric's tribute video. And one thing that I can say about doing Peachy Tea Tyme for 5 years come April 30th, it would not surprise me at all if Justin Stevens is not watching this show. And if he ain't watching it right now, it won't surprise me if he watch it tomorrow or the day after that. Yeah, it won't surprise me. Yeah, the police officers watch Peachy Tea Tyme. They do. That won't surprise me. So with that being said, Officer Justin Stevens, I don't say this too often. I really don't. I think this is the perfect time to say it. You can go to hell. You hear my bird? With gasoline draws on. Here we go.
We had our memories. We had our time together. It's hard that I can't see you now. See you face to face. But I know you in the sky looking down. But it's still hard to tell. But you're not here physically. Yeah, it gets emotional sometimes. Yeah, it gets hard because you're not here and you're gone away. Up in the sky somewhere. I hope we meet again. I hope I see my love again. Yeah, it gets so difficult to know you're not here. And oftentimes I cry to sleep in tears. But I hope I'll be up there one day. One day. To see your face again. I know you're in a better place. I know you're at peace up there. Where there's no fears, there's no tears. But I can't lie, I miss you down here. I pray to God that you was in my life. I can't lie that I feel alone because you're not here. Yeah, it gets emotional sometimes. Yeah, it gets hard because you're not here and you're gone away. Up in the sky somewhere. I hope we meet again. I hope I see my love again. Yeah, it gets so.
All right. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back.
That was
Um,
beautiful. That was beautiful.
thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you
You
so
are
much. That was
so welcome,
beautiful.
boo. You are so
Yes.
welcome. I will be emailing that to you tonight.
Okay.
That's for you. You can play it on all platforms because, baby, that's a song that I paid for, and I wish somebody
Okay.
would try to say you got to take it down.
I
They can't
love
take it.
it.
They,
I love
look,
it.
they can't take that one down.
I
Okay,
love
so
it.
you can
All
play it on
right.
every last one of your platforms if you would like to, and
Thank
share it
you.
with your family and friends just as well. Okay,
Thank you so much.
you are so welcome. Um, Pooh, this ain't the last time for us.
It's not. It's
It's not.
definitely not. Yeah,
You know,
definitely not.
we in the same place. You know, it's just a matter of time that we gonna meet face to
Hmm.
face. And when I tell you, I can't wait to give you a big old hug.
I can't wait to hug you either. I think it feel like I done hugged you already. Like
I
it's been afar.
know.
You get what I'm saying? But definitely, yeah, we are.
I know.
Yeah, can't wait
My
to.
heart goes out to you. You are going to continue to be in my prayers
Thank you.
anytime. When I say anytime you need me, you need Charlotte, baby, we are there. We are
I'm here
there.
for
We are
y'all
there.
too.
We are
So
there.
I'll be here if you guys need me as well. So I return the favor. So we all together, right? All in this together, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cause my thing is this, like I tell everyone, don't wait. And I hope y'all hear me clearly when I say this. Don't wait till it's on your back porch. Don't wait till it's in your backyard. Fight now. Fight now. Fight for everyone else. Because everyone else, kid, or everyone else, sister, everyone else, brother, auntie, uncle, mama, daddy, it could be yours at any given time. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, baby. If I ain't learned nothing else from doing Peachy Tea Tyme for going on 5 years, one thing I could truthfully say that I learned is you never know if it's going to happen to you tomorrow. You just don't know. So fight now. Fight for your community. Fight for your friends. Fight for your family. Fight for you. Now, Charlotte.
Yes.
Is there anything that you want to say to Miss Holmes, aka Pooh, before we get off here tonight? And of course, to each and every one of our viewers that's watching tonight.
I think I've already shared. It's just, just her resilience and her fight to keep on and keeping her child's name alive. And not only that, but it's uncovering the truth. And I just say as a race, we've got to pay attention to the stuff that's going on around us. We think that these things are necessarily what's going on, or what we see on the news doesn't affect us. Well, yes, it does, because it is our justice system. It is the way that they create these laws, and they are able to unjustly do things to us. And especially, as I've told many people, it won't be us, it'll be our children and our children's children. So the fight is real. The fight is, we've got to continue to stand up for ourselves, stand up for our children, stand up for our neighbors. We just got to keep on, and we can't turn a blind eye to things that are going on around us.
Exactly. Well, Charlotte, I appreciate you, boo. More than you know, Charlotte is our counselor lady, who is with us each and every Wednesday. And Charlotte, I thank you so much. I thank you for wheeling me in when I need to be wheeled back in, all that good stuff. Okay. And most importantly, I thank you for what you bring to the families that come on to Peachy Tea Tyme. So I really do thank you. All right, we finna pull Charlotte down. She said, Happy New Year's. Back. All right. It is now down to me and you. My new friend, y'all. My new friend. My bird is going crazy tonight.
I had birds. I'm waiting to get my bird back, but I've always kept me a little parakeet. That was the thing. Like, yeah, I've always kept I always kept animals because of the kids or whatever. But our bird was like always have been one of our pets, even when I was growing up as a kid. So,
well, not mad. We just had dogs growing up,
Yeah.
But then the neighbor, Poolie, please stop the bird. The neighbor decided, not my neighbor, but my mama's neighbor decided that she wanted to give 2 birds to my kids.
Oh,
And so my mom and dad had to go stay in the hotel because they had mold in their apartment. So the birds had to come to my house. The birds wasn't even at my house a good 4 months. And one of the birds didn't make it. He passed away. Birds, rest the bird's soul. So now he just got one left. It's just one left. And that bird just be going crazy. But anyway, the last question for the night. Because like I said, the family always in the show. Okay?
I got
so
it.
you're gonna have to
Answer
put
the
that
question and
church
throw that
finger.
little hand up.
The church, not the little hand, the church finger.
The church finger. All right,
You gotta put that little church finger up when you done. Because
Okay,
if you
got
don't
it.
put that church finger up, you're gonna be sitting there. Everybody gonna be watching you, not
Okay.
saying nothing. So
Okay.
put that church finger up.
I got
But
you guys.
you sometimes, I'm not gonna say usually, I'm not gonna say all the time, But sometimes when the families come on and um I have them in the show with a specific question or whatnot. It all depends on how I feel. It all depends on what I got from you during the entire show. Okay. So that is what's going on tonight. It's basically me listening to everything that you have to say and what would be a good way for Miss Holmes to end the show. So this is what I came up with. I don't want you to talk to the officer. I don't want you to talk to the officer at all. In a regular podcast that would have you on, that's probably what they would have said. Talk to the person that actually killed your son. No, I don't want to do that. This is what I want you to do. What do you say to the mothers? I was gonna leave it like that, but I said, nah. What about the fathers too? So, what do you say to the mothers and the fathers that say this? And I think we all have said this. And when I say we are, especially the ones that has never, ever, ever lost a child, what would you say to a mother or a father that said, if anyone say anything to my child or put their hands on my child, take my child up out of here, kill my child, anything? What would you say to the ones that always say, I will kill somebody that put their hands on my child? You may have said that in the past when you had all your kids here. I wish somebody would put their hands on my child. I'll go to prison. I'll go to jail. I'll kill somebody else. Those people, those are the ones that I want you to talk to tonight. Okay? Now don't forget that church thing, because I know I just took you on a whole nother level, a whole nother space.
I got it. I was prepared for either one, which I'll never, of course, talk to him until time, right? Okay, we got that.
Exactly. But I'm finna come down.
All I would say to those parents, all I would say to those parents that say that, and yes, I was one of those parents. If somebody touch my child, I wish they would do it to my child. I'd do such. I'd knock them out. I'd kill them, or you would die trying. Or should I say, you would die trying not to. You would die trying not to. you know, so so maybe may want to change that, or I'll die trying not to, or I'll I'll fight trying not to, because mine is I'll just fight trying not to. I'll fight trying not to go to jail. I'll 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 even die trying not to go to jail, but I'll die trying to. So if you say you're gonna kill him, I mean, I wouldn't wish that. I could do it. Whoever think I can't promote that either, right? But you'll more than likely we die trying, and I see that parents are grieving because sometimes they can't get to them. And the truth is, whether it's an officer or whether it's an actual civilian doing it, 9 times out of 10, you'll probably see them again. They'll be out. They'll be free one day. And you got to either die trying not to or fight trying not to.
All right. I love that answer. I would have just went straight to the outro. I would have went straight to the outro. But I love that answer. I really, really do. Miss Holmes, when I tell you, I thank you, Pooh, for coming on to Peachy Tea Tyme. I have adopted you as my new friend. I really have. I thank you for coming on. And most importantly, out of anything, I thank you for trusting me with Eric's story.
I appreciate
really, really do.
Thank you, Miss Peachy.
Yeah, so welcome, darling. I love you.
All right, love you too, and talk with you later. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are so welcome. Now, if you can stay on just for about 2 seconds, while I
Okay.
end this broadcast. I really appreciate it. Y'all, we out of here. We is out of here. First show, 2026, baby. We have conquered it. We have conquered it. And baby, don't forget, do not forget, if you don't remember nothing else with this show, and when I say that, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you don't remember nothing else, remember one thing. And baby, that's to say his name, Eric Holmes. We out of here. Rest in peace, Eric. Do what it do up there. Do what it do up there. Here we go.
Having computer issues? Can't find a nearby computer store or tech? No need to worry. Computer Tech is a computer repair mobile service. Not in Georgia, no need to worry. Computer Tech can remote into your computer as well. Prices are starting as low as $40. Services are virus removal, data recovery, data transfer, hardware installation, software installation, computer tune-up, laptop and desktop, home and online. Contact 404-405-8515 and ask for Tony. And don't forget to tell them Ms. Peachy sent you.
Remembering a life, honoring a legacy. When words fall short, let Ms. Peachy help you tell the story. Ms. Peachy will create a custom heartfelt memorial tribute video that celebrate your loved one's life in a way that truly reflects their spirit and the love you shared. With thoughtful care, Ms. Peachy will craft each video from the heart, preserving precious memories in a lasting tribute. Tailored packages to suit your needs. Fast 24 to 48-hour delivery. Genuine, compassionate service. Let Ms. Peachy help honor your loved one legacy with a keepsake that will be cherished forever. Contact Ms. Peachy by email or by phone for a tribute video made from the heart.
We had our memories. We had our time together. It's hard that I can't see you now. See you face to face. But I know you in the sky looking down. But it's still hard to tell. But you're not here physically. Yeah, it gets emotional sometimes. Yeah, it gets hard because you're not here and you're gone away. Up in the sky somewhere. I hope we meet again. I hope I see my love again. Yeah, it gets so difficult to know you're not here. And oftentimes I cry to sleep in tears. But I hope I'll be up there one day. One day. To see your face again. I know you in a better